there's really an all-out assault on women's rights right now, and it's a scary time. I have a video coming out today where I talk about the relationship between abortion bans and maternal health care in general, because I think when we think of abortion bans, we think, oh, these are only going to harm people that want to obtain abortions. But no,
right.
What we're seeing now is that they are also harming people who want to have babies. And that we're seeing some reporting on it. It's not extensive, but we're seeing doctors are leaving states with strict abortion bans because they no longer feel it is safe to practice there. Not only are doctors that are already trained and delivering babies in states choosing to leave in states with abortion bans, but medical students are choosing not to apply to residency programs in states with strict abortion bans.
Yeah.
And Iowa just joined the chorus of states that are passing strict abortion bans. They just voted on a 6-week abortion ban. And like with so many other states, doctors are panicking because while there are quote unquote exceptions for rape, incest, fetal abnormalities, there's no rules that have been written yet. And so you can tell a doctor, use your judgment, but if you're also telling a doctor...
You might go to prison.
Yeah, if you make the wrong choice, they're like, use your judgment. And if you make the wrong choice, you're going to lose your medical license, you're going to be fined, and you're going to go to prison.
But trust us, we're reasonable. You know, Republicans, we're reasonable.
Right. And there was a moment where a Des Moines resident testified before this committee before they were holding the vote, and her name is Felicia Hilton, and she really got to the heart of the issue here.
Hi, my name is Felicia Hilton. I live in Des Moines. I'm here as a woman. I'm not representing anybody but myself, my daughter, my daughter-in-law, my 4 granddaughters, and we all relocated to this state. And I am mortified that we picked to move to Iowa right now. So for Kim Reynolds, Bob Vanderplatz, who I don't even know who that is, he threatened judges in a newspaper, and now all of a sudden you guys are going to go and sign this at his celebration of some church celebration, I hear. Where was he when Kim Reynolds was saying she wasn't going to feed kids anymore? These same kids that you've made harder to get eligible for SNAP when Infamil is $30 or more a can? Really? Really? Where were they then? Where are all these church people when she's denying people health care? Where are they then? I'm just saying, if this is about the church and if this is about God, you are the same people that will slap them loaves of breads out of Jesus' hand, slap out the fish out of Jesus' hand, and tell them to get in line and figure out if they're worthy or eligible. Are they eligible for this food, Jesus? Are they eligible for healing, Jesus? Are these people good enough? Is that what you're telling me in the state of Iowa, that you get to choose who this is? Yeah, you, the people that think this is a great idea. Who gets to choose this? Who does this? This is absolutely an offense to women. This is an offense to everybody. And it is offensive that you're going to go celebrate the oppression of women at a church. You're going to go celebrate the oppression of women at a church. But the church wasn't there when she's going to cut the food assistance from the federal government to people. Where were you then? The church is not there.
It's been over 3 minutes.
It doesn't matter. This is a lie. You guys are lying to yourselves, and you're offending everyone,
I am
including
happy to
God.
let you have your say, but
you're offending
your say
God.
was 3 minutes.
I do not care. This state is ridiculous. The stupid, ridiculous, self-righteous crap. You're not better than anybody. You're not better than anybody. Because you got money, that's who you serve. Money, that's who you serve. You don't serve God, you serve money.
Ma'am, we got to bring new speakers in.
I don't care. I do not care. I am so offended by everybody in this room that supports this bill.
So you can hear everyone in the background cheering for her and what she's saying.
Good for her.
You know, talking about the reality that is a Republican Party that wants to force people to have babies and then do nothing to support them.
That's right.
When a large part of the problem, the reason that people don't actually want to have a kid or they would seek an abortion, part of that is finances. They feel that they are unable to support a child. And yet the Republican Party says, well, you're going to have the kid. And, you know, if you go to one of these like crisis pregnancy centers where they talk you into having the kid, they'll talk about how everyone will support you and they'll be so happy about the baby and they'll come and help you. And then you find out, oh, wow, it's actually much harder to get help than I thought.
And if you go back to the crisis pregnancy center after you've had the kid to ask for help, oh, that's all right. That's not what we do here.
Right.
That's not our thing.
Yeah.
Not our department.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit more in depth about them passing this bill, specifically because they're using that phrase after cardiac activity is detected. And in this news package, you'll hear the use of that phrase. And just every time you hear it, put it in quotes.
Tonight, a legal battle is underway in Iowa just hours after the Republican legislature approved dramatic cuts to abortion access during a tense late-night special session.
It's wrong, and we cannot let it stand, and we are not going to let it stand.
Providers are asking the court to temporarily block the bill, which bans abortions after cardiac activity is detected roughly 6 weeks into a pregnancy before many women know they are pregnant.
Essentially, this bill is making abortion illegal for everyone.
If they're not prepared to have a baby, they shouldn't have sex.
It includes exemptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother.
How does this impact the abortion care you provide?
It's going to mean turning away a lot of patients. It's going to mean a lot of really heartbreaking conversations.
Iowa would become the 16th state to restrict the procedure to 6 weeks or less.
We are very, very happy with what we have passed.
State Representative Shannon Lundgren has been leading this fight for years.
We'll have a big impact on those unborn lives that also deserve liberty and freedom.
Governor Kim Reynolds vowing to sign it into law Friday at an event hosting several GOP presidential candidates. The restrictions will go into effect then unless the courts step in.
This bill is almost identical to 2018 version that was passed but quickly blocked by the courts. Republican lawmakers here hope the overturning of Roe v. Wade in a more conservative state Supreme Court allow this version to stand.
So again, the main problem here is that these exceptions that they keep talking about are not really exceptions.
Yeah.
They don't end up translating into someone being able to access an abortion because doctors are fearful to intervene, even when, based on how things are written, they think they might be able to, but it's just not clear enough. And, you know, there's an argument to be made about whether doctors should just rise up and do the right thing and do what they know is right. But a lot of them then are sacrificing themselves and the safety of their own families. And I understand that's like a hard place to be in. But let's talk about this cardiac activity, because a lot of these abortion bills will talk about fetal heartbeat, quote unquote,
but there's no
cardiac activity.
Yeah.
And I want to read this quote from an OBGYN in Texas. Every time one of these bills passes, there's always a doctor that is interviewed who has to go and explain how this works.
Yeah.
And so this doctor, Nisha Verma, says, quote, "When I use a stethoscope to listen to an adult patient's heart, the sound I'm hearing is caused by the opening and closing of the cardiac valves." Okay. But there are no valves in a fetal heart.
Yeah, it's like a fluttering of cells that are soon to become months and months and months and months away from becoming an actual heart.
Right. And so she says at 6 weeks gestation, those valves don't exist. The flickering that we're seeing on the ultrasound that early in the development of the pregnancy is actually electrical activity, and the sound that you quote unquote hear is manufactured by the ultrasound machine.
Yeah.
So it's not a heartbeat.
Yeah, they're liars.
It's not cardiac activity.
They're liars.